remembering and celebrating the loved ones we lost way too soon. That's the goal behind an event this weekend at Deering Oaks Park that's being put on by Hospice of Southern Maine.
Joining us this morning is Jillian Tolman, the annual Fun and Events Coordinator. Thank you so much for making the time for us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so first, can you just tell us a little bit about Hospice of Southern Maine and how you specifically got involved with something like that?
Yeah, of course. So Hospice of Southern Maine is a nonprofit organization. We offer home hospice as well as our Gosnell Memorial Hospice House in Scarborough. Okay. And since we are a nonprofit, we're able to take on patients regardless of their ability to pay, which is amazing. And we also offer grief services to anyone in the community, regardless of if their loved one went through Hospice of Southern Maine or not. And that's available also at no cost.
So what can people expect for your upcoming Twilight in the Park event?
Yeah, so we're very excited. It takes place this Saturday at Deering Oaks Park at 6 p.m. So Twilight in the Park, we have these luminarias here. So each bear a loved one's name right on the bottom. Oh. And yeah, so we light up the park with thousands of luminarias dedicated to loved ones, and it's a really beautiful evening. It takes place at the Children's Ravine in Deering Oaks, and so we also are offering these candles since this event has been going on for 23 years. A lot of
wow.
Yes, it's been a long time. A lot of people have moved away or their circumstances have changed and they can't make it to the park. So the candles kind of allow attendees to enjoy the magic of the park all year long, regardless if they're able to be there or not.
That's a really sweet incentive. So not only are people remembering their loved ones at this event that they lost, but it's also a time to honor the caregivers and the families as well. Why is that so important?
Yes, I think it's really great to come together as a community with kind of going through the same thing as other attendees. You know, losing someone is going to happen to all of us at some point. And so I think it's a great time to be together, see the luminarias, and just light up the park and see the impact that all these people had on our lives.
What does the luminaria mean to you?
The luminaria means to us, it's a symbol of love, community, and what that person on that luminaria did for us in our times, in our lives, when they're still here, and then we're still celebrating them even though they're not with us.
It must be important too for everyone to get together to kind of know that there's other people going through something like this and you're not alone.
Exactly. It can be really healing for a lot of people to be around similar people going through the same thing, and it encourages a lot of conversations too. You'll meet someone at the park that you don't expect to and have just a beautiful conversation, and you can relate to them as well.
How many people are expected, or in past years? You said 23 years it's been going on.
Yeah, usually we have around 500 attendees, which is amazing. And we also work with the Center of Grieving Children. We give them luminarias that they can have the kids decorate too, which is really sweet, and so it's a beautiful event.
And do they need to order one in advance, or how many do you have on standby?
Yeah, so we have plenty on standby for anyone, and so we usually do mail-in orders, or you can order over the phone or go to our website, hospiceofsouthernmaine.org/twilight. And now, since the event is coming up on Saturday, you can order them in person at the park at 6 p.m. in Deering Oaks.
So how long is this event going for? Is there like a certain time frame? What should people know? Yeah,
so we light the luminarias at 6 o'clock, and then there's a brief program. We have Women in Harmony, which is a great ensemble of women singing, and then we have taps as well. And so it's just a brief hour program, but it's very impactful.
Can you mention anything else going on that you're planning in the future?
Yeah, so we have our Hike for Hospice event on Saturday, October 25th. So that is a walk fundraiser to raise money for Hospice of Southern Maine. It starts at our hospice center in Scarborough and goes on to the Eastern Trail. So it's a beautiful fall day, and it's really filled with community spirit, prizes, as well as local food, beer and coffee. So it's just a great day to get out on a beautiful fall day and celebrate kind of Hospice of Southern Maine and make a real impact.
Yeah, when you think of hospice, it's, you know, a little bit sad, obviously, but what would you say to someone that wants to get involved with something like this, or how would you encourage folks to be involved with this program?
Yeah, of course. We have a variety of different volunteer options. So you could be helping out at Twilight in the Park or Hike for Hospice, or working with administrative tasks like mailings, or we have people, volunteers with beautiful handwriting that write to family members just thanking them and checking in on them, or you can work in direct patient care. So there's a bunch of opportunities.
Looking at some of this file video, it just looks beautiful. I just imagine this being super healing for people, making people feel less alone. What else would you want community members to know about this upcoming event? How can they sign up?
Yes, absolutely. Just come to the park on Saturday at Deering Oaks by the Children's Ravine. We'll be there, and it's just a beautiful event, and I hope to see you all there.
Yeah. What has the response been like for people in past years? What is the atmosphere like?
I would say the atmosphere, you know, it's an array. There's laughing, there's crying, there's people, you know, grief, as we know, is not linear. Everyone goes through it differently, and so you're going to see a lot of arrays, but we do have our bereavement counselors there if, you know, you need to talk to someone, or if you want to connect. We have a lot of nurses that may have worked with your family in your home.
Wow.
Yeah, or at Gosnell that you can talk to and see again and discuss your family members. So that's a great opportunity.
Yeah. All right, and is there a website where people can find out more information?
Yeah, so hospiceofsouthernmaine.org/twilight. If you'd like to become a volunteer, it's /volunteer. And if you'd like to come to hike for hospice, it's hospiceofsouthernmaine.org/hike.
Great, and can you remind people one more time of the location and what time?
Yeah, so this Saturday, September 27th at Deering Oaks Park at 6 p.m. at the Children's Ravine.
Jillian, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hope you have a great turnout.
Thank you.
Me too. All right.